The late add drop form is a form that you probably won't use very often. However, you will find it right here in the register forms list. This is the form to use to do exactly what it says here, to late add a class to your schedule or to late drop a class from your schedule. Before you do either of these things, we highly encourage you to talk to your academic advisor. And always remember, if you late add an course, the number of weeks that you are into the semester is the number of weeks of homework you have to make up. So sometimes it's not really a good choice academically or for your mental health to add a course onto your schedule late. However, there are, of course, exceptions to everything. So if you have a conversation with your academic advisor, we can kind of discuss what those exceptions might be. To late drop a class, you always want to make sure before you drop any class that you talk with your academic advisor, because we want to make sure that you're always headed to that goal of graduating in 4 years. Sometimes students drop a class that's a requirement for another class, and so on and so forth, and they could ultimately end up delaying their graduation. So if you have these conversations with your advisor, you'll know what the results will be of the decision that you're making with a late add or a drop in general. A late drop also means that you will see a W on your transcript. It will show anyone that looks at your transcript that you did withdraw from the course. It doesn't necessarily mean anything awful, but if you do this later down the road as a junior or senior, they might have questions as why you withdrawed from the course. And of course, if there's a good reason for it, if you have a good answer, CCPD, the Career Center, can help you navigate that during an interview process. How do you fill this form out? Pretty straightforward again. Put all your information up here. A late add, you're going to have the CRN, the subject, course number, section number, and credit hours. You're going to put the course name, and then, of course, the instructor has to approve for a late add. They'll sign it there. For a late drop, you'll have the CRN, the subject number, the course number, section numbers, course name, and then to late drop, you actually need permission from ALAC. So what you'll do is you'll go to ALAC and you'll appeal your reason for a late drop. I would also like to point out in this moment that the late drop, or the drop deadline, is usually about a month into, or actually 2 months into the semester. So we have a super generous drop deadline. Always pay attention to the academic calendar. Get those dates on your calendar before the semester even starts, so you know when that date is coming, so you can avoid a late drop when possible. Sometimes ALAC, when you're first year, they're a little bit more flexible. They might not be as flexible later down the road. All right. Oh, and instructions. Always read the instructions. Always read all pages of any form. And that is the late add drop form.